Sorry for the delay, folks, but we are here in Chattanooga as Chattanooga State Tigers take on Cleveland State. Malachi Eisen pitching for the Tigers goes to the top of the first with no runs. And leading off for the Tigers today is number 5, Braden King. And it's hit hard, and it's going to be a base hit through the right side over the second baseman's head. Leadoff signal for King. And that'll bring up number 3, Braden Graves. No lineup up here for Cleveland State. Number 30 on the mound for Cleveland State. Comes set for the 0-0 to Graves. It's taken low for ball 1. That's ball 2, misses outside. 2-0 to Graves. Hitter friendly count here. And the 2-0 is ball 3 low. Count is 3-0 to Graves. On deck for the Tigers, number 25, Devin McCarron. And it's ball 4. 4-pitch walk to Graves with no outs here in the bottom of the first inning. We have a 9-inning game here in Chattanooga. Stepping into the box is McCarron, awaiting the 0-0. Curveball taken for a strike. Count is 0-1. On deck for the Tigers is number 24, Carter Hansen. McCarron squares and fouls it straight back, and the count is 0-2. Taken for a ball high. Count is 1-2 now to McCarron, with no outs here in the bottom of the first. Tigers having 2 back-to-back midweek games here. And it's hit hard to the right side. It looks like it's going to stay up there. And that'll be the first out of the bottom of the first. Tigers facing Cleveland State today and heading to Covenant tomorrow. And then having a bye week this weekend. Now at the bat, number 24, Carter Hansen. Ball 1 outside. Misses with a breaking ball on the outside part of the plate. And the count is 1-0. Fastball misses outside as well. Count is now 2-0 to Hansen. In the press box with me today is my good friend Braden Chandler. Oh, B-Chan we call him. Swung on and fouled a mile high straight back, and the count is now 2-1. The 2-1 to Hansen. Fastball misses outside, and the count is now 3-1. Another hitter-friendly count here early on for the Tigers, with man on first and second. Swung on, dribbled to third base, might be a double play, and it is. As we head to the top of the second with a score 0-0. And we're back here at the top of the second inning. Score is still 0-0 as Malachi Eisen takes the rubber again. Leading off for Cleveland State is number 4. Eisen in the first inning escapes. I can't recall exactly if it was bases loaded or man at first and second, but he gets out of it unscathed. Braden Graves late to jog on the field. As the 0-0 from Isom swung on and fouled off. It's going to be strike 1. Jonathan Vigoa, catcher for today. Check swing, asking if he went, and he did. Count is now 0-2. The defensive lineup here today for the Tigers. Carter Hansen at third, Taylor Head at short, Braden Graves at second, Logan Wallace at first. And it swung on and popped up shallow. Taylor Head has a beat on it and catches it for the first out of the inning. And in the outfield for us, Tyler Jones in right. Devin McCarron in center, Braden King in left. There's now one out here in the top of the second as number 2 steps into the box. The 0-0 swung on, fouled off the left side for strike 1. Isom so far doing a great job of filling up the zone here for the Tigers. And strike 2 called on the inside part of the plate. Isom ahead quickly, 0-2. Swung on and missed for strike 3. That'll be 2 outs here. On top of the second, as number 10 walks to the plate for the first AB of the day. And strike 1 fastball called him outside part of the plate. And the 0-1 from Isom. Strike 2 again. Another fastball on the outside part of the plate. Quickly ahead again, 0-2. Isom, 0-2. Fouled off. Count remains. The 0-2 from Isom. Misses for ball 1, low. Breaking ball in the dirt, looking for a chase. Doesn't get it. The 1-2 from Isom. Misses low and outside for ball 2, and the count is now even 2-2 with 2 outs here in the top of the second. And as a foul ball caught by Jonathan Vigoa, great concentration right there, as Malachi Eisen picks up a strikeout to end the inning, as we head to the bottom of the second. So we head into the bottom of the second inning. Score is still 0-0 as Logan Wallace leads off the bottom of the second. And number 21 on the mound here for Cleveland State. First pitch, swung on, hit to third base for out number 1. Now to the plate, number 18, Hunter Rather. He takes ball 1, low and outside. Rather fouls one off the left side, and the count is now even to 1-1. Swung on, chop down the third base line for strike 2. And he's quickly behind 1-2 now. Swung on, lifted into left field, and it's going to drop down for a base hit. Hunter Rather with aggressive turnaround first base, but reaches first base safely for a 1-out hit. Tigers now have 2 hits on the day so far, as number 13 Tyler Jones steps in for his first debut of the day. Good job by Rather at choking and poking it, as it's called, finding grass out in the outfield. Tyler Jones lifts one high down the right field line, and it's going to be caught. Hunter Rather racing back to first base, and we'll get back. Tyler Jones with a very loud fly out. There's now 2 outs here in the bottom of the second as Taylor Head comes to the plate. Taylor Head looking for his first hit of the day. Takes ball low in the dirt. The 1-0 to Head. Misses outside with a breaking ball. Count is now 2-0. Picks off the first. Rather slide back in safe. The 2-0 to Taylor. Hit the shortstop for a line out for the 3rd out of the inning. As we head to the top of the 3rd, score is still 0-0. We're back here at the top of the third inning. Score still 0-0. As Malachi Isom is still on the mound here for the Tigers. Yellow from Isom. It's a called strike on the outside part of the plate for strike one. And the 0-1 misses high and outside for ball one. The count is now 1-1 now. The 1-1 from Isom. Chop foul down the first base line for strike two. Count is now 1-2. And change it up in the dirt. We'll bring the count even to 2-2. The 2-2 from Isom. Misses just outside with a fastball. Very well placed, but a decent eye from the batter. Full count here for the leadoff man for Cleveland State. 3-2. Isom gets a chopper down first base side. Logan Wallace fields it cleanly, flips it to Isom for the first out of the inning. Do your PFP, people. And Isom. This is high and outside for ball one. As Cleveland State gets back to the top of the order here, in the top of the third inning. As Isom gets in there for strike one on the outside part of the plate. Count is now 1-1. Isom's 1-1. Fouled off. Straight back for strike two. Count is now 1-2. Called strike three on the outside part of the plate. Isom picks up another strikeout, and that is the second out of here in the top of the third. Isom filling up the zone very well here early on for the Tigers. That'll bring up the 2-hole here for Cleveland State, number 7. Fastball called for strike one. The 0-1. Yanks it outside and low for ball one. The 1-1 from Isom. This is low in the dirt for ball two. Count is now 2-1. 2-1 from Isom. Swung on. Hit the Graves at second. For out number 3, a 1-2-3 inning for Isom. Very good job as we head into the bottom of the 3rd inning. As we head into the bottom of the 3rd inning, new pitcher on the mound here for Cleveland. I guess we're doing a pitcher an inning, as this is the 3rd pitcher of the game for Cleveland. Leading off for the Tigers, number 8, Jonathan Vigoa. Vigoa squares around a bunt, and it goes foul for strike 1. Takes ball 1 high. Count is now even 1-1. The 1-1 misses upstairs for ball 2. Two and 1 to Vigoa. Takes strike 2 on the outside part of the plate. Counts even 2-2 now. Misses outside with a breaking ball for ball 3. Full count here to Vigoa to lead off the inning. And it's a foul tip, strike 3 caught. As you bring back the top of the order here for the Tigers. Braden King steps up to the plate for his second at bat of the day. 1 for 1 so far with a single. Takes ball 1 inside. Another ball on the inside part of the plate. Count is now 2-0 to King. Takes strike 1 on the outside part of the plate. Two 1 to King. 1 out here, bottom of the 3rd. Swung on a line up the middle, and that is his second hit of the day as he reaches first base safely. 2 for 2 day for King, as Braden Graves steps it to the plate. Graves looking for his first hit of the day as he walked his first at bat. Graves fouls it back on the right side for strike one. Oh and 1 on Graves. It's a dirt ball, scoots away from the catcher as King will advance safely to second. Count is now 1-1 on Graves. The 1-1 misses outside for ball 2. The 2-1 to Graves. He's jammed, hits it to third base, and will be out number 2. And that'll bring up number 25, Devin McCarron, playing center field for the Tigers today. And on deck will be number 24, Carter Hansen. Breaking ball outside for ball 1. Braden King, a speedy runner at second base for the Tigers. And the count is now quickly 2-0 on McCarron. And it's quickly 3-0 to McCarron. Beautiful sunny day here in Chattanooga. Wind blowing fairly decent. Nevertheless, good baseball weather. It'll be a 4-pitch walk to McCarron. It'll bring up number 24, Carter Hansen. With 2 outs here in the bottom of third. And is the 5th ball in the row. Hansen ahead 1-0. There's strike 1 to Hansen. Count is 1-1 now. Swung on, hit sharply on the right side, carrying way back, and is dropped at the warning track. And that'll score 2 for Carter Hansen, I believe. And it does. A 2-out, 2-run RBI for Hansen. And the Tigers are ahead 2-0 here at the bottom of the third. 4 hits now for the Tigers as Logan Wallace steps up for his second at bat of the day. Very impatient his first at bat. Grounds out first pitch to third base. Looking to extend the Tigers' bottom of the third. And take strike 1 right down the middle. Good 2-out hitting there for Carter Hansen. Count is now 1-1. Curveball away, misses. Swing and a miss from Logan Wallace, and the count is now 1-2. So Wallace steps in for the 1-2. As a curveball low for strike 3. And the inning is over, but not before the Tigers put on 2 runs here in the bottom of the 3rd as we head into the top of the 4th. As we head to the top of the 4th, Malachi Isom still on the mound here for the Tigers. Score is now 2-0. As number 8 for Cleveland State will lead off the inning. Fastball just misses low for ball 1. Count is now 1-0. But Isom gets back in there for strike 1 on the outside part of the plate with the fastball. One from Isom. Misses the outside. Count is now 2-1. The 2-1 from Isom. Misses low for ball 3. The 3-1. Fastball right in the middle for strike 2. Full count here for the leadoff man for Cleveland State. Just popped a mile high on the left side. And the count will still be 3-2. The 3-2 from Isom. Misses inside, and that'll be a leadoff walk. Double play here is still in order for the Tigers, as there's no outs here in the top of the 4th. The The 0-0. Swung on and fouled off the left side for strike one. The 0-1 from Isom. Hit high on the right side in the gap. McCarron has a beat on it, catches it for out number one of the inning. A double play will get the Tigers out of the inning here, as Isom delivers the 0-0. It's a pick off to first, but the runner will be safe. The 0-0 from Isom. Way outside for ball one. Swung on, hit to the left side. Taking King back as he catches it for out number two, as runner tagged back to first base. Now stepping into the box, number 4. The 0-0 from Isom. Another pickoff move to first base. And he gets him out at first base. And Isom gets out of the inning. Great move from Isom as we head into the bottom of the fourth. Tigers up 2-0. As we're back in the bottom of the fourth inning, as Hunter Rather will lead off here for the Tigers. And on the mound now for Cleveland, number 22. It's the 0-0 to Rather. It's a called strike. Fastball on the outside part of the plate. The 0-1 to Rather. Misses high for ball 1. Count is now 1-1. As Rather chops one to third base on a curveball. Throw across the diamond for the first out of the inning. It brings up the right fielder, number 13, Tyler Jones. First at bat with a long drive. Warning track ball. Still looking for his first hit of the day. As he takes ball 1 high. Swung on and popped up on the right side. Wind is blowing. Second baseman is camped under it. Catches it for the second out. 3 pitches and 2 outs here for number 22 on the mound as Taylor Head sets up in the box. Taylor Head still looking for his first hit of the day as well as he steps in for the 0-0. Misses high and inside for ball 1. On deck for the Tigers, the catcher, Jonathan Vigoa. Taylor Head takes ball 2 and is quickly ahead 2-0. The 2-0. Strike 1. Count is now 2-1 to Taylor Head. Misses high and inside for ball 3. 3-1 the count now. She takes strike 2 on the outside part of the plate. Count is now full. 3-2 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Fouls it off on the right side. In fair territory still. And it drops down for a second chance for Taylor Head. As Taylor digs in for the 3-2. And draws a walk. That'll bring up Jonathan Vigoa. On deck is the top of the order, Braden King. 2-out walk here for Taylor Head. Vigoa looking to extend the Tigers at bat here in the bottom of the 4th. First pitch lined into left field for a base hit. Great job by Jonathan Vigoa to extend it. And that'll bring up top of the order. Braden King stepping in for his 3rd at bat. So far, 2 for 2 on the day with 2 singles. The shift is on as King takes strike 1 right down the middle. Count is 1-0. There's a ball low in the dirt for 1-1. Takes strike 2. Count is now 1-2. As King digs in for the 1-2. Takes ball 2 low in the dirt. Count is now even. Tigers today so far with 5 hits and 2 runs scored. Good eye there from Braden King as the count is now full at 3-2. As King steps in for the 3-2 and fouls it off on the left side and keeps the at-bat alive. Count remains 3-2. And King draws a walk. And that'll bring up number 3, Braden Graves. Graves could do some damage here with the base hit, as he is still looking for his first hit of the game. The 0-0 to Graves. Swung on, hit to the shortstop, and flipped to second for the 3rd out of the inning. Has no runs scored, and the bases are loaded. We're back going into the top of the 5th inning. Tigers still leading 2-0. As number 4 steps back into the box. Isom ending last inning with a pick off the first to get out of the inning for the 3rd out. Isom's 0-0. Swung on and hit sharply down the left field line. And that's going to sail out of here. First pitch, home run here at the top of the 5th, and that is the first hit for Cleveland. Two to 1 now, as Tigers lead still. Costly mislocation from Isom. But as he toes the rubber for the 0-0, and gets in there again, and it's popped up on the left side for the first out of the inning to Braden King. One pitch, one out there for Isom. As he toes the rubber again for the 0-0. Fouled straight back for strike one. The 0-1 from Isom misses way outside for ball one. The 1-1 from Isom misses high. The count is now 2-1. Strike two, swing and a miss. Count is even to 2-2 now. Pop straight back. The count still remains 2-2. The 2-2 from Isom. Catches the outside part of the plate for strike three, and that is the second out of the inning. It's Isom. Toes the rubber for the 0-0 with two outs here. Misses high with a fastball for ball one. The 1-0 from Isom. Misses high and outside for ball two. Wind picking up quite a bit here in the fifth inning. Misses low and outside for ball three. Count is now quickly 3-0. Throws strike one on the outside part of the plate. Count is 3-1. Looking to work back here is Isom. And it's going to be a walk here with two outs. That'll bring up top of the order here for Cleveland State. Pick off the first base, put a slide back in safely. The 0-0 from Isom as the runner takes off. Kicks off of Vigoa, but the runner will stay at second. And that is ball one of the at-bat. We'll have a brief mound visit from the coach. After a brief mound visit, Malachi Isom is looking to toe the rubber for the 1-0. One from Isom is an inside move, and that is his first disengagement of this at bat. From Isom. Swung on and popped up high on the left side. Braden King is under it for the third out. Score is now 2-1 from a solo shot from number 4 for Cleveland State as we head into the bottom of the 5th. Back here at the bottom of the 5th inning. Score is now 2-1. Tigers still leading. It's number 25, Devin McCarron, will step in. Swung on a miss on a curveball. Count is now 1-0. Check swing, see if he went, and apparently he did. From up here, it didn't look like he did, but McCarron is quickly behind 0-2. Goes with the same pitch, misses outside for ball 1. Strike 3 called him outside part of the plate for the first out of the bottom of the 5th. Now to the plate, Carter Hansen. Takes ball 1 inside part of the plate. Hit sharply to second base. Routine hop for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Logan Wallace. And on deck for the Tigers looks to be Brody Blue. fastballs. Swing and a miss on a curveball. It's behind 0-1. Hits it sharply to shortstop. Fielded cleanly. Throw across the diamond for the third out of the inning. 1-2-3 inning here. Bottom of the fifth as we head into the top of the sixth. We're back at the top of the sixth inning as Malachi Isom is still on the mound here for the Tigers. Leading off the inning for Cleveland State is the 2-hole, number 7. And Isom gets in there for strike 1, outside part of the plate with the fastball. One from Isom. This is high for ball 1. One from Isom. Strike 2 in the outside part of the plate with a fastball. Isom ahead 1-2. Swung on and popped up on the right side. Wallace running after it. Will not make the catch. There's a foul ball. One, two from Isom. Line right back up the middle for a base hit. Second hit of the day here for Cleveland. That'll bring up number 8. Double play still is in order for the Tigers, with no outs here in the top of the 6th. First pitch swung on, driven high and deep, left field. And that's going to carry out of here. 2-run shot. And Cleveland jumps ahead 3-2 here in the top of the 6th. Third hit of the day for Cleveland. The score is now 3-2. Still no outs here. As Isom toes the rubber once again for the 0-0. Swung on and fouled off on the right side for strike 1. Oh, 1 from Isom. Check swing, and he did go around for strike 2. Isom ahead 0-2. Fouled off again, and count will remain the same. Oh-2. Misses high with a fastball, and the count is now 1-2. Misses low and away with the changeup. Count is even, 2-2 now. Fouled off on the left side. Count is still 2-2. Two from Isom. Swung on a foul for the right side. Count still the same. Two from Isom. Misses low with the changeup. Count is now full, 3-2. Cleveland putting together some good at-bats here in the top of the 6th with no outs. Isom's 3-2. Swung on and fouled off on the left side as the at-bat continues. Three-two. Misses low, and that's a walk. Man at first now for Cleveland. As there is some activity in the Tigers bullpen, it looks to be Will Horn. Double play here would be huge here for the Tigers. As it looks to be a pinch runner coming in to run. The 0-0 from Isom. Back pick to first. Close, but he'll slide back in safely. Strike one with a fastball on the outside part of the plate. Back pick to first. Slides back in safely again. Wallace thought he had him. As the runner takes off, Vigo is throw down to second. It's a high one. And is a stolen base. Isom ahead 0-2. It's popped up in the infield. Taylor headed under it. Snow cones it, but maintains it for the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up number 4. Last inning had a solo shot to break up the no-hitter. One out here, man at first. Oh, excuse me, man at second. Fouled off on the right side for strike one. Back pick to second. Slides back in safely. So runner takes off. Hit high down the line. And tails foul. No signal from the umpire, but I guess it was a foul ball. That ball stayed fair. Another home run. But it turns out it was just a long strike. And the count is now 0-2. Go blocks a ball in the dirt, low and away. The count is now 1-2. Swung on and driven up the middle. Hit sharply, but caught by McCarron. Tag at second, excuse me. Throw to third. Not in time as a runner will advance. But there's now 2 out here in the top of the 6th. Isom's 0-0. Call strike on the outside part of the plate for strike one. One from Isom. Swung on. Hit sharply right center field. McCarron drifting back far, but catches it just before the warning track. And as we head to the bottom of the sixth. Back at the bottom of the sixth inning as Brody Blue will lead off for the Tigers. New pitcher here for Cleveland. The 0-0 to Brody. Ball one. Number 11 is now on the mound for Cleveland State. Count is 1-0 to Brody Blue. Swung on and missed for strike one. 1-1 the count. Misses inside for ball two. Two and one to Brody Blue. Misses inside for ball three. 3-1 to Brody Blue. And that'll be a walk. As Tyler Jones will come up to the plate with no outs. On deck for the Tigers, Taylor Head. Jones squares around a bunt, but it'll go foul. Oh and 1 to Jones. Third baseman playing in to back pick to first. Brody Blue slides back in safely. Misses low in the dirt for ball one. 1-1 to Jones. Misses low and inside for ball 2. Two, 1 to Jones. Misses inside for ball 3. 3-1 now the count. With a man at first, no outs. Swung on and fouled off the left side. Count is now full, 3-2. Two to Jones. Swung on and lined to second base, but Brody Blue will advance to second as Tyler Jones is thrown out at first. That'll bring up Taylor Head. Base hit could potentially tie this game up. Taylor steps in for the 0-0. Still looking for his first hit of the day. He takes ball 1 low in the dirt. One 0 to Taylor. Misses low for ball 2. Two 0. Misses low and outside for ball 3. Strike on the inside part of the plate. Count is now 3-1. Swung on, hits at third base. Throw across the diamond, short hop. And it scoots by the first baseman. The runners will advance. Taylor Head to second, Brody Blue to third. And that'll bring up Luke Sweeney. Sweeney, his first at bat of the day, steps in for the 0-0. With runners on second and third. Could potentially tie it. Could also potentially take the lead. Sweeney takes ball 1. Count is now 1-0. Working fast on the mound is number 11, is quickly behind 2-0. As Sweeney faces a very hitter-friendly count. And that is a 3-0 count to Luke Sweeney. On deck for the Tigers, it's Braden King, leadoff man. As Sweeney takes strike 1, count is now 3-1. Hits it high on the left side. And that's going to drop down in fair territory. Taylor Head getting the wave around third as the throw home will not be in time. And Luke Sweeney has just put the Tigers ahead with a 2-run double. Wind blowing hard here in Chattanooga. Definitely had an effect on a ball, but nevertheless, Luke Sweeney gets the job done and puts the Tigers back ahead 4-3 here in the bottom of the 6th. That'll bring up the leadoff man, Braden King. 2 for 2 on the day with 2 singles and a walk. As he takes strike one on the outside part of the plate. The 0-1. Gets under the catcher, and Luke Sweeney has a good read on it and will advance to third safely. As King steps in for the 1-1. Takes ball 2 just off the plate. Count is now 2-1. King takes a ball inside for ball 3. Count is 3-1. On deck for the Tigers, Braden Graves. And that's another walk for King. On base percentage today for King is 1,000. And we'll have a mound visit from the coach for Cleveland State. It looks like they're going to go to the bullpen. New pitcher on the mound here for Cleveland. In the bottom of the 6th inning, as the Tigers have taken the lead 4-3. Braden Graves stepping into the box. Man at first and third, excuse me. Swung on a hit sharply down the right field line and will tail foul for a long strike one. One on Graves. Kings takes off and takes second safely. But Graves is behind 0-2. Infield playing in. This is way outside for ball one. One and two on Graves. Swung on, hit sharply down the left field line. And it'll get down for a base hit. And that'll bring around Luke Sweeney as Graves advances to second base. Tigers are ahead now 5-3. Stepping into the box, number 25, Devin McCarron. One out here in the bottom of the 6th inning for the Tigers. As McCarron takes ball one way inside, almost hits him. But count is now 1-0. Runners at second and third for the Tigers. McCarron takes ball two low. McCarron ahead 2-0 in the count. Could do some damage here with a base hit. Swung on and fouled straight back for strike one. One to McCarron. Swung on. Hit sharply through the 4-hole. And that's going to score both, potentially. And it does. Base hit, 2 RBI single for Devin McCarron here in the bottom of the 6th. And the Tigers now lead 7-3. And that brings up 24, Carter Hansen. And on deck, number 29, Logan Wallace. Back pick to first as McCarron slides back in safely. Tigers putting together really good at bats here in the bottom of the 6th and have scored 5 runs here. Hansen looking to add on a little bit more as he takes ball one low. To Hansen. Swung on and dribbled down the first base line. Nobody's covering the bag, and that's going to be a hit. Base runners now at first and second here for the Tigers with 1 out. As Logan Wallace steps in for yet another at bat. The 0-0 to Wallace. It's a called strike, fastball. Count is now 0-1. And it hits Wallace. He said he went around. So that's strike 2 of the at-bat. As Wallace steps in, crowds the plate quite a bit, looking to take away the outside pitch. It's low. McCarron with a great jump at second base, excuse me, and takes third base as both runners advance. And Wallace digs in for the 1-2. Infield playing in. Wallace pops it up into no man's land, and that's going to be a base hit as well. And that's going to score another runner. Tigers now lead 8-3 here with one out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Runners on first and third. Now stepping into the box is Brody Blue. As Wallace advances to second on a dirt ball that scoots past the catcher. But Hansen will stay at third base. Count is 0-1 on Brody Blue. That's a strike on the outside part of the plate. 1-1. Runners now at second and third. Infield still playing in. As Blue swings and fouls it off. Frustrated that he didn't get that one into fair territory. And the count is now 1-2. The 1-2 to Blue. This is way outside. It's going to be a pass ball. And Carter Hansen's going to score with ease as Logan Wallace moves up another 90 feet. Score is now 9-3. Tigers over Cleveland. As Brody Blue digs in for the even 2-2 here with one out in the bottom of the 6th. And waves and miss. Had a curveball low and away, and that's going to be the second out of the inning. And that's going to bring up number 13, Tyler Jones. As the infield shifts over. And the 0-0 to Jones. It's taken upstairs for ball 1. Jones, a very disciplined hitter for the Tigers. One or 1-0. Chop to the right side. Throw over to first, and that's going to be the third out of the inning. But not before the Tigers bust open this game 9-3 here as we headed to the top of the 7th inning. As we head into the top of the 7th inning, Tigers now lead Cleveland State 9-3, and on the mound now for the Tigers is number 16, Will Horn. The 0-0 from Will Horn. This is low and away for ball 1. One 0. Misses outside. Will Horn behind 2-0. Gets inside for strike 1. Count is now 2-1. Two and one. Will Horn gets in for strike 2 on the inside part of the plate, and count is now even 2-2. And he gets strike 3, swing and a miss. And that's the first out of the top of the 7th inning. Misses low and inside for ball 1. Chopped to the first base. He's going to be out number 2. Two outs here in the top of the 7th inning. Will Horn making quick work. As the 0-0 from Horn swung on a miss for strike 1. The 0-1 from Will Horn. This is high and outside for ball 1. One from Horn. Swung on and popped up on the left side for strike 2. Will 1-2. Swung on and fouled off on the left side again. The count still remained the same, 1-2. As Horn toes the rubber for the 1-2 with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. He gets a pop-up that might stay in, but looks like it's going to tail out. And the count still remains the same, 1-2. The 1-2 from Horn. Just popped up on the right side. It'll be another foul ball, and the count still remains 1-2. 1-2 again. Misses upstairs for ball 2. The count is now even 2-2 with 2 outs. The 2-2. Swung on and hit sharply down the left side, and it'll be another foul ball. The 2-2 from Horn. Hit sharply to right center field. McCarron camped under it for the 3rd out of the inning. Strong inning from Will Horn as we head into the bottom of the 7th. On the mound now for Cleveland State, number 34, as Taylor Head will take foot in the box for another at-bat. Lost count of how many at-bats he's had for today, but still looking for his first hit. The 0-0 to Taylor. Swung on, fouled off sharply on the right side for strike 1. One to Taylor. Swung on. Hits the shortstop. Fielded cleanly. Throw across the diamond for out number 1. And that'll bring up Luke Sweeney. On deck for the Tigers, top of the order, number 5, Braden King. The 0-0 to Sweeney. He squares around to bunt. Pulls back for ball 1. Takes another ball inside. Count is now 2-0 to Sweeney. 2-0 to Sweeney. Swung and fouled off on the left side. Two and one the count to Sweeney. Hit sharply to the left side. Left fielder carrying back, backpedaling and making the catch just before the warning track. That's the second out of the inning. And that'll bring in the top of the order for the Tigers, Braden King. King 2 for 2 on the day with 2 singles and 2 walks. Takes strike one, the outside part of the plate. And it's behind 0-1. Curveball spiked in the dirt. The count is now 1-1. One and one to King. Misses low and outside for ball 2. Two one to King. Misses low in the dirt for ball 3. Three and one to King. As he takes strike 2 in the middle, inside part of the plate. Full count here now for King, with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Chopped to the left side for a foul ball, and the count will remain the same. The 3-2 to King. Misses high and outside, and that's another walk for King. And that'll bring up Braden Graves. The 0 to Graves. Pops straight up. And that'll be the 3rd out of the inning. We'll head into the top of the 8th as the Tigers lead 9-3. Head back into the top of the 8th inning. Will Horn still on the mound here for the Tigers. Two more innings left to play. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I stand corrected. 2 innings left here to play in this 9-inning midweek game here between the Tigers and Cleveland State. As Will Horn gets in ahead of the account, 0-1. Another strike. He's quickly ahead, 0-2. Yanks that one way outside. Count is now 1-2. Horns 1-2. He gets a strikeout on the slider. That's the first out of the inning. Horns 0-0. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Oh, 1. Swung on and missed again with a slider. And is quickly ahead 0-2. This is just outside with a slider. Count is now 1-2. Just misses on the outside part of the plate with a fastball. Count is now even 2-2. Two from Horn. Foul tip. And the count will remain the same. Two. Misses high and inside. Count is now 4-3-2. Misses outside, and that's a walk. Runner on first with 1 out here in the top of the 8th inning. Double play is in order for the Tigers. The 0-0 from Horn. Yanks it outside, and it's ball 1. Swung on, hit sharply foul. It's going to be strike 1. One from Horn. Back take to first. Slide back in safely. 1-1. This is outside. Count is now 2-1. Two, one from Horn. This is low and outside for ball 3. This Horn toes rubber for the 3-1. Hit sharply down the third base line. It's going to be another foul ball, and the count is now 3-2. Horns 3-2. 1 out here in the top of the 8th. Back pick to first. Slide back in safely. Hit sharply down the left field line. And that's going to carry out of here. Tigers now lead 9-5. 2-run bomb. With 1 out here in the top of the 8th. Yellow from Horn. This is inside for ball 1. This is high and outside for ball 2. After a brief mound visit, Will Horn toes a rubber for the 2-0. This is high and outside for ball 3. The 3-0. This is outside, and that's a walk. Double play would be really big for the Tigers here at the top of the 8th. Cleveland has already scored 2 runs so far. And Will misses outside for ball 1 again. Horn struggling a little bit. After the 2-run bomb, hopefully he can work his way back in. He does. Fouled off on the right side for strike 1. now 1-1. Quick pick to first. Slides back in safely. The 1-1 from Horn. Get to call the strike on the outside part of the plate. The count is now 1-2. Horn's 1-2 is a pick to first base. Wild throw. But Wally is able to block it up. The 1-2 from Horn. It's low and outside. Blocked well by Sweeney, and the count is now even at 2-2. As Wally picks the ball, thrown over to first. The 2-2 from Horn. Swung on, chopped left side. It's going to be an error on the third baseman. Runners on first and second now. Top of the 8th. And the 0-0 from Horn is a called strike on the outside part of the plate. Double play is still in order for the Tigers. Misses high and outside for ball 1. The 1-1 from Horn is an inside move. And that's his first disengagement of the at-bat. Swung on a miss on a slider, and the count is now 1-2. The 1-2 from Horn. Swung on a miss, and it's a foul ball. Oh, excuse me, it's a foul ball. Some action in the Tiger bullpen. Number 11, Michael Syme. Horns 1-2. Swung on and fouled off on the right side. Still 1-2 count from Horn. It's a pop fly on the right side part of the field, infield fly rule. And the batter is out, and that's the second out of the inning. Runners still at first and second here. 2 outs in the top of the 8th. Takes ball 1 low. Count is 1-0. Swung on and popped up on the right side of the field. Graves camped underneath it for the 3rd out of the inning. But not before Cleveland State tacks on 2 more runs as the Tigers still lead 9-5. Back at the bottom of the 8th inning as the Tigers still lead Cleveland State 9-5. Stepping in the box is number 25, Devin McCarron, and on the mound is number 33. McCarron takes ball 1. Count is 1-0. Takes strike 1 on the corner. Count is 1-1. Misses low and outside for ball 2. Two and 1 McCarron. Misses high and inside with the fastball, and the count is now 3-1. That is a leadoff walk for the Tigers by McCarron. That'll bring up number 24, Carter Hansen. This is high and upstairs for ball 1. 1-0 to Hanson. This is inside for ball 2. Two 0 to Hanson. Taking for a strike on the inside part of the plate. Two and 1 to Hanson. Swung on, hit sharp with a third, and gets past the third baseman. That's going to be a base hit for Hanson, as McCarron advances to second base. And is a single for Hanson. And that'll bring up number 29, Logan Wallace. The 0-0 to Wallace. He squares. He takes ball high. One 0 to Wallace. Swung on and missed. It's a strike, but it gets past the catcher, and both runners will advance 90 feet. Thank you. 1-1 to Wallace as he drops in a 12-6 curveball for strike 2. One, 2. This is low in the dirt for ball 2. Two to Wallace. Fouled off on the right side. The count will remain the same. Two. Missing with a curveball outside. Count is now full, 3-2. Three-two to Wallace. Swung on, hit sharply into center field. Should score a runner. As Hanson advances from second to third, and Devin from third to home for an RBI sac fly. Tigers have now added on to their lead 10-5 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. That'll bring up number 9, Brody Blue. And on deck, number 13, Tyler Jones. Blue swings at the first pitch he seizes, hits it back to the pitcher for the second out. That'll bring up Tyler Jones. The 0-0 to Jones. Swung on, line back up the middle, and that's going to be an RBI single. Good 2-out hitting there from the sophomore right fielder for Chattanooga State. And that extends the Tigers' lead 11-5. Tigers with 12 hits on the day, Cleveland State with 4. That'll bring up shortstop Taylor Head. He takes ball 1. the pitcher steps off for his first disengagement of the at-bat. One over to Taylor. Swung on and missed. For strike one, the count is now even at 1-1. Takes ball two and it scoots away from the catcher, but Jones will not advance. Two one to Taylor Head as Jones takes off, hits sharply into right field, but it'll stay up and be caught by the right fielder. As we head into the top of the ninth, Tigers looking to close this midweek game out. So we head into the top of the ninth inning. Tigers leading 11-5. Looking to close this midweek game out with a win. As Bullhorn's first pitch is a ball inside, and the count is now 1-0. 1-0 from Horn. Swung on and hit sharply in the air. Left center field gap. McCarron giving chase to it. And it will drop, bounce in front of him at the base of the wall. And that'll be a leadoff double here in the top of the ninth for Cleveland State. That'll bring up the top of the order here for Cleveland State. First pitch swung on, lined into center field, drops in front of McCarron, and runners will be at first and third. Two back-to-back hits here for Cleveland State here in the top of the ninth. They now have 6 hits on the day. Double play is still in order for the Tigers. The 0-0 from Horn. Called strike on the inside part of the plate. Count is now 0-1. Back pick to first. We'll get back safely. 1 from Horn. Swung on and fouled off, straight back for strike 2. The 0-2 from Horn. And it is a check swing, but he went, and that is the first out of the inning. Runners on first and third here for the Tigers. Or, excuse me, for Cleveland State here at the top of the ninth. 1 out. Double play would end the game. The 0-0 from Horn. Swung on and missed for the fastball. And is ahead 0-1. One from Horn, swung on again with a curveball. Is quickly ahead 0-2. The 0-2 from Horn. Check swing, but he did not go. The count is now 1-2. One, two. Runner takes off. No play there for the Tigers, and the count is now even at 2-2. Two from Horn. Swung on and popped up on the right side. Wallace has a play on it for the second out of the inning. The Tigers are 1 out away from securing the win on this midweek game. Tigers play today, and they play tomorrow at Covenant. Brings up number 26 in the box. And Will Horn's 0-0 pitch. Swung on and popped up straight up in the infield. Should end the game. And it does. Tigers win the midweek game 11-5 over Cleveland State. Thanking you for joining us. And that'll be all for today.